Welcome to Lotus Lane Daily. I'm glad you're here. Today's wisdom is for anyone going through something hard. You know that feeling when the house is finally quiet, everyone is asleep, and you are the only one still awake because you are the only one carrying it? The rent or the loan, the school fees, the medical bill that came out of nowhere, the groceries, the electricity, the small emergencies that are never small. Everyone in the house is counting on you, and nobody really knows how thin the margin is because you have decided they should not have to know. So you carry it alone at 2 a.m. with a tight chest and a jaw you did not realize you were clenching. If that is you, the first thing to say plainly is this: the weight you are describing is real. It is not in your head, it is not weakness, and the exhaustion you feel is the honest cost of holding up other people. You are allowed to find this hard. Most people in your position do, even the ones who never let it show. What this pressure actually is. Being the breadwinner is not only a financial role, it is an emotional one, and the emotional part is usually heavier than the money itself. It is the feeling that if you fail, everyone you love falls with you. It is the sense that you are not allowed to be tired, not allowed to be scared, not allowed to have a bad month, because there is no one behind you to catch the weight if you put it down. That feeling of being the last line with no backup is what wears people down. It is a kind of loneliness, even inside a full and loving house. You can be surrounded by the very people you are working for and still feel completely alone with the worry because you have appointed yourself the one who must not crack. And there is often a quieter pain underneath, the sense that your whole value to your family has narrowed down to what you provide, that if the income stopped, your place at the table might stop too, that you are loved as a function rather than as a person. That belief, whether or not it is true, makes the pressure almost unbearable, because now it is not just money on the line, it is your worth. The belief worth questioning. Let us look hard at that last belief, because it is usually the most damaging one, and it is usually not true. Ask yourself honestly. The people in your house, your partner, your children, your parents, do they love you only for the money? Almost certainly not. Picture it the other way around. If your partner lost their footing, or your sibling hit a hard year, would you love them less? Would you want them to hide their fear from you and suffer alone? Of course not. You would want to know. You would want to help carry it. The same is almost certainly true of how the people who love you would feel about you. You have decided, all on your own, that the loving thing is to carry it silently. But silence is not the same as protection. Often it just means the people who love you are denied the chance to stand beside you, and you are denied the relief of not being alone. There is an old line worth sitting with. To possess both courage and compassion is what it means to be human. You have shown enormous compassion by carrying this for everyone. The courage being asked of you now is a different kind. It is the courage to let them see the weight and to let them help. What can actually lighten this? Tell your partner the truth in real numbers. If you have a partner, this is the most important step, and it is also the one most breadwinners avoid the longest. Sit down, away from the children, and show them the actual situation. What comes in, what goes out, how thin the margin really is. This is frightening because it feels like admitting failure. It is not failure. It is turning a one-person burden into a two-person plan. Two people looking at a hard problem together is a fundamentally different thing from one person hiding it. The relief of simply not being alone with the numbers is enormous, and it usually arrives the very same night you finally say it out loud. Let the family be part of the solution, age appropriately. A household where everyone understands money is a stronger household. Older children do not need to be frightened, but they can understand this is a careful year, and they can be part of small choices. A family pulling in one direction is far more resilient than one person pulling alone, while everyone else assumes the money simply appears. There is wisdom in the idea that a family where everyone is supporting and encouraging one another, that is the greatest treasure, the source of true happiness. Support is meant to move in every direction, not only outward from you. Separate the things you can act on from the things you can only worry about. Worry on its own changes nothing. It just drains you. Take the swirl in your head and split it. On one side, things you can do something about this month: a bill to renegotiate, a cost to cut, a conversation to have, a small extra income to chase. On the other side, things that are simply uncertain and not yet here. Put your energy fully into the first list and practice, as much as you can, setting the second list down at night. 100 theories without a single action are worthless. Even one small step taken with determination changes everything. One concrete action does more for the chest tightness than 100 laps of worry. Protect the provider. If you break down, everything you are carrying falls. So your own rest, your own health, your own sleep are not luxuries you will get to later. They are part of the job. A breadwinner who never refuels is a risk to the very family they are trying to protect. Guarding your own basic well-being is one of the most responsible things you can do for the people who depend on you. A truer picture of your worth. Here is something worth holding on to on the hard nights. Your family does not need you to be a flawless, tireless machine that produces money. They need you, the actual person present, alive, sometimes tired, sometimes worried, doing your honest best. The provision matters, and you should plan it carefully. But it was never the whole of what you bring home. Your children will not remember the exact figure in the account in any given month. They will remember whether you were there, whether the home felt steady, whether they were loved. Those things you are still fully able to give, even in a thin year, even tonight. You can set some of this down. You have been strong for a long time, probably longer than anyone around you realizes. That strength is real, and it deserves respect. But strength does not have to mean solitude. The bravest move available to you now is not to grip the weight tighter. It is to let the people you love put their hands under it with you. Have the honest conversation. Split worry from action. Guard your own health like it belongs to the family too, because it does. And remember that you are loved as a person, not as a paycheck. Set a little of it down tonight. The morning will still need you, but it does not need you to have carried it alone through the dark. That's the wisdom for today. If something here landed for you, share it with one person who might need to hear it too. Take it slow. I'll see you tomorrow on Lotus Lane Daily.